Nice lap for him. That brings on P9 car 75. It's a Nicholas Montero, James Rowe, and Carson Heather round out the field of the Prix of Arlington.
Driving it, everybody think you're going to be good, and then you end up the good thing is he got better of it. In the last second, he almost wanted the tire barrier. As he sees Rocky Hughes in his rearview mirror about 2 car lengths behind. So with 14 seconds remaining, looks like this will be it for this practice session. But can Timothy Kaharczyk lay down a quick one as we get set to see the checkered flag here momentarily? The last couple of corners, checkered flag is out. And Timothy Kaharczyk, minute 39.3, his best lap, minute 40 that time. He was off of racing there as we went back to Greece. Sure was. Max Taylor, I guess he made it by the timeline before the checker came out because he stayed on racetrack and it looks like
making his way through. Everybody's taking the checkered flag except for a handful of drivers. Garcia now makes his way back to pit lane. Next Taylor now sits on pit lane to be as we watch retain the lead. Here on the streets of Arlington, a beautiful 2.73 mile circuit, and it has been a thrill and date. Every driver we've spoken to, how is it? Fun. Everybody said that's the first response you get. It's a lot of fun.
Well, that's why we do this, right? I mean, it is a lot of times tracks are different challenges, they're different.
Confidence, Firestone for dependability at every turn. There's regular cold. And then there's the mountain.
Runs its make sure that she doesn't miss one.
No, she does not. And yeah, BSI obviously taking the championship last year with us. It has to be said for Steve. They stayed in the Americas. And it's last year for International Raceway. His first victory was the one game between the situation. Quite a few names up at the top that we can recognize. And that being Jeremy Fletcher, Marker Long, Robusto, Max Schwein, Kumar. It's fresh drivers coming in the series. They will get some points.
I mean, that's one of the beautiful things about GR Cup North America is the fact that it's not only a very, very competitive series. You see the win variety just about every season. We closely match these small darlings. We do get racing. You'll get that on full display. But also, this is the first run to do the development ladder to get everybody ready for GT3 competition. GR now has a total pipeline doing that starts right here in GR.
Yeah, it does, and we are seeing that take place with the likes of Gonzalez and Workman, obviously last year running in Rockford Racing in that Toyota GR. Here they come that multiple line through turn 6 is really interesting. But that turns from a big one, and then he's in a push there, way down. It looks like your Fletcher's always got himself a little bit of a lead, and he's going to be leading instead. I'd be watching maybe one line trying to get making a move here early on. I think that call is head of the sights.
Yeah, Robusto, he's a name that you would expect to be in the championship number.
But I was talking to Patrick ahead of this race, and just what this square mile here in Arlington means to him. It goes back to 1993. He was with his mother, Carlene, and rented Days of Thunder from his local blockbuster. And 3 days later, she dropped him off at the Fun Sphere. He used to be here at go-kart track, $25, and a whole day was a dream. And that's where he said his love of racing started. Well, in 1993, he also wanted to point out that it was the last year for Nolan Ryan in this area, as well as the Aikman leading the Cowboys to a Super Bowl. So a lot of this is around 1990, but he also wanted me to make sure that I said hello to his wife, who he went to a concert with for their first date on this property as well, and shared their first kiss on the Pictures Found. So a lot of energy for Patrick here. I can't wait to talk to him after race number 1 in GR Cup, but he will be our top finishing legend here today.
What a special story for a driver like that to have so many memories around here, and to not only be able to race around these very streets where he met his wife and he has all of these wonderful, wonderful core memories, but to be able to win the Legends Cup, which is awarded for the more seasoned drivers in the field, is I think a very cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And doing it by some margin as well. Sitting P14 overall in the aptly numbered 93 car ahead of Jake Curry.
Swinging it next to the remaining baseball stand. See what you need to do. Well done, my friends. As right now, they take their victory lap on the way around. A little bit of that sportsmanship. Congratulations, getting to the lead and Fletcher as they came one of the first couple of years on the track. Already in great round here. On hand, the GP just a reminder for you folks tomorrow. We will be back at you again. Starting off the day very early, but we are excited to get everything to go. Because right now, they come down through these last couple of corners before they lead around onto the back straightaway for the final time. Again, under safety car conditions here because of the incident involving the fan on that back stretch. And there they go. Your winner, once again, Spike Holbecker. Expert Racing. They stole
Yeah, this is not only big for Spike, Techsport crews that we talk a lot about both, we talk a lot about PSI. Techsport has been there right through the start too.
false starts to the USF Pro 2000 category. Exclusive Autosports had some rough starts here for sure. USF 2000 took us about St. Petersburg. Sweeping across to take the lead. Side actually, Eddie Beswick sent him around. Cooley climbed up on top of his teammate. In the next race, drivers behind Cooley took out his wing at the start, and Martello with the mechanical out in the opening lap. And here they are looking at a victory. When Cardenas got into the back of Jeffers, I wonder if there was any kind of tire. It says 17th, or 7th rather for Martello, so Russell 13 on the
for the USF Pro 2000 series. This just the appetizer. The main meal comes up later on.
That's one to really keep an eye on. Either in this car that they just put together, expect him to be fast, and he has another chance. A few more. With those red tires on the solid program, just get ready.
And it looks like the 14 machine of Santino will be able to last car. Scott Dixon, I believe, that it's big query now.
Yeah, Dixon works his way out to turn number 10. And keep in mind, he had gone through the runoff area in the primaries. Looks good now on the softer compound tires. Does Scott Dixon. Then it's Kip and Simpson. Really good-looking race car. That Sunoco sponsorship kept it just about a half a car length or so off of that outside wall as he has Christian Lundgaard just behind him. And then it's Ferrucci. Santino Ferrucci with that gold helmet through turn number 11.
So Ferrucci, Lundgaard, the cars that we're keeping an eye on. We see Scott Dixon duck into the pits. Doesn't look like he's going to.
He has another opportunity, no doubt about it. We'll see if he can make anything up right there. Erickson, does he cross that line? Rosenquist, he finds himself third. Otto Ward gets into second.
And Santino Ferrucci in front of Jay Query.
And Tito Ferrucci works his way. Again, right side rubber there along that curving. But he looks good, does was Ferrucci. We'll see if he got back into the accelerator enough heading up for turn number 11.
Clears 11, and now setting up for turn number 12 is Santino Ferrucci. Will power clear that timing and scoring loop. He is solidly in. He is P4. So the only question, Davey, did Santino use it? 9th Malone, 10th Rossi, 11th Joseph Dugard, and 12th Santino Ferrucci is qualifying continues for the Grand Prix of Arlington.
Relive IndyCar's most
I didn't really feel like I had a grip, unfortunately, so it's just kind of holding on to it and, salvaging it hopefully like a delivery here in Texas, and the car's really fast, so I think we had a good weekend ahead of us.
They taught you to say gig 'em like a Texas A&M fan?
Gig 'em Aggies.
There you go. He's learned quickly. That's Felix Rosenquist.
Yeah, good stuff. And again, third fastest of the 4 qualifiers so far at 1:35, 1:6:07. They're all shooting at Marcus Ericsson's 1:34.3562. The one doing it right now is Pato O'Ward from right here in the Lone Star State. Walked through the paddock earlier, and to no surprise, there was quite a crowd around the Arrow McLaren paddock, Jake Waring.
Show a lot of representation of that car, just in terms of show cars and design for Pato O'Ward, who got just a little bit loose. Looked like he might have actually gotten into the throttle a little bit later than he would have liked, coming off of turn number 10.
And comes off of turn number 10, a really good look through turn number 12. He gets very high next to that outside retaining wall that sees it bend to the left a little bit. Timing and scoring loop is in the air for Pato O'Ward, and the good news continues for Marcus Ericsson, Davey. O'Ward is second quick at a 1:34.8453. So Marcus Ericsson will start at least on the front row.
That's right. I mentioned that earlier. There's only one guy right now. That's Alex Palou. And, if you remember on the first...
He looked fairly smooth and stable. Koharczyk does too.
2.73 mile circuit as we have less than 20 seconds remaining. Still right now as Timmy Koharczyk really scrubbing through turn number 14, but he will go P1. Best lap minute 39.229. Jack Beaton, J.M. Correa, Mateo Navini, and Alessandro De Tullio. But Jack Beaton has done a fantastic job. So too Mateo Navini. We haven't really talked about him all weekend, and there they are, P2 and P3.
Yeah, with Correa, he will be more better than Palou. He has crossed that. Tullio, he just got the checkered flag.
Alessandro De Tullio, the AJ Ford racing car, number 14, our minute 38.884. Timmy Koharczyk. He makes his way through turn number 9. Works his way to the three-quarter marks of the back straightaway, Jake Waring.
And he works his way going through the area. The boy, Seb Murray, just slid through and gathered it. That's good news to Koharczyk. That would have been a disaster if he'd have been collected there in some sort of a debris. Koharczyk does manage to get, as Jack Beaton went a little bit too wide through turn number 10. Everybody now through turn number 11.
So Seb Murray still has an opportunity to find himself with a quick lap. He's currently P6. Works his way across the